just want the news, they want the truth. What others hide, I bring to you with evidence. Politics, corruption, human rights. No filters, no fear, just facts. I don't stop until the system shakes. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Makhdoom Shahabuddin, and tonight's episode is extremely important because over the last 48 hours, South Asia has witnessed three major developments. Number one, dangerous and illegal statements by India's top military and political leadership targeting Pakistan. Number two, a humiliating global setback for India after its Tejas fighter jet crashed at the Dubai Air Show. And number three, a contrasting achievement for Pakistan, another international agreement for the JF17 Thunder Block 3. This episode exposes the full picture: the rising aggression inside India, the failures of its defense industry, and Pakistan's strengthening position in global defense markets. Ladies and gentlemen, India's regional tensions have sharply intensified after two back-to-back provocative statements, one from a senior Indian general and the other from India's own defense minister. Lieutenant General Manoj Kumar of India's Western Command declared that India is preparing to launch offensive operations through river fronts and that in any future conflict, India's objective will be to capture Pakistani territory. He openly said that Pakistan accepts defeat only when its land is taken. This is not a random comment. This is a senior serving general of the Indian Army threatening invasion, something that directly violates the UN Charter's prohibition on the use of force. Soon after, India's Defense Minister Rajnath Singh declared that Sindh is part of Indian civilization. And he said that borders can change. This crossed every red line of diplomacy, legality, and regional peace. Pakistan's Foreign Office has condemned these remarks as delusional and dangerously revisionist, and a violation of Article 2 Subclause 4 of the UN Charter, and a direct challenge to Pakistan's territorial integrity, and above all, a reflection of the expansionist Hindutva ideology. Pakistan emphasizes that Sindh is an internationally recognized province of Pakistan. India has no legal, moral, or historical claim to this land. Such rhetoric is aimed at destabilizing the region ahead of India's political cycle. And patron of Hindutva expansionism, this isn't an isolated incident. It fits into a larger ideological pattern. The revocation of Article 370, claims over Azad Jammu and Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, statements about Akhand Bharat, and threats of teaching Pakistan a lesson, now implying that Sindh will return to India. Pakistan views all of this as an attempt to rewrite regional borders on the basis of extremist ideology, not international law. Pakistan's official position also reminds India to address rising violence against minorities inside India, resolve grievances in its northeast, deal with the domestic unrest, focus on its own territorial losses to China. Because while Indian ministers talk about capturing Sindh, reports show India has lost patrolling access in multiple areas of Ladakh after the 2020 conflict with China. Pakistan remains committed to peace but reserves its full right to self-defense under Article 51 of the UN Charter. Let's move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, India's defense image suffered one of its worst blows in modern history. During a live aerobatic demonstration at the Dubai Air Show, India's light combat aircraft Tejas crashed in front of global defense delegations, resulting in the tragic death of the pilot. This single incident has shaken India's export ambitions. Let's talk about the global impact. Years of marketing under Make in India collapsed in seconds. Reuters confirmed that multiple countries have become hesitant in buying Indian Tejas. Armenia immediately suspended its negotiations for Tejas jets, and confidence in Tejas manufacturing quality and safety has plummeted. and confidence in Tejas manufacturing quality and safety has deteriorated. Air shows are meant to display capability. Instead, India displayed a catastrophic failure on the world stage. Why the crash is so damaging? Actually, it occurred during a planned aerobatic maneuver. Tejas could not recover because of the low altitude flight limits. It raised questions about flight control systems, engine performance, HAL's manufacturing quality, pilot training standards. And this was the second Tejas crash in 2 years, but the first international one, magnifying the global political impact and India's typical response. And within hours, Indian media attempted to spin the narrative, claiming Pakistani propaganda, accusing foreign accounts of mockery, suggesting sabotage, blaming hostile forces, and even blaming the US for providing substandard engines. All of this is a part of a familiar pattern. Whenever India faces an embarrassing failure, the reflex is to shift blame externally rather than accept internal flaws. But the Tejas crash exposed the truth. HAL's poor quality control, decades of delays, over-dependence on foreign components, weak training protocols, a military culture that avoids accountability. That is the main point. India wanted Tejas to rival the JF17. Instead, it ended up harming its own defense credibility. And while India was dealing with a public disaster, Pakistan achieved the opposite. At the same Dubai Air Show, Pakistan signed a new memorandum of understanding for the export of JF-17 Block 3 fighters. ISPR confirmed the agreement. The agreement has been confirmed, another milestone in Pakistan's defense diplomacy. Though the partner country is undisclosed, analysts believe it is likely a Middle Eastern state or an African Southeast Asian country. Contrast with India. One aircraft crashed, the other secured an export deal. Global perception shifted instantly. The JF-17's credibility surged after Azerbaijan signed a historic $4.6 billion deal for up to 40 JF-17 Block 3 jets. Deliveries have already begun. Aircrafts were showcased in Baku's Victory Day parade, and Azerbaijan praised Pakistan openly. A long-term military partnership is now in motion. So the question is why countries prefer the JF-17. Number one, the AESA radar, the PL-15 long-range beyond visual range missiles, and low operational cost, no political strings, high reliability, combat-proven track record. For many nations, it offers F-16-like capabilities at less than half the cost. With this new MOU, the JF-17 program has generated over $5 billion in defense exports, a major achievement for Pakistan. Now let's go out to the public and see what the people of Pakistan have to say about the provocative statements by Indian defense leadership and also about the rise of JF-17 and fall of Tejas. Let's have a look at what the people have to say.
मेरा ये ख्याल है कि इंडिया की जो एयर फोर्स है उनकी थोड़ी बहुत प्रोफेशनलिज्म नहीं शो किया गया। वैसे तो ये एयर शो था, लेकिन उससे पहले उनका क्या नाम है ऑयल लीकेज हो रहा था तेजस में से, तो उसको पहले इन्होंने चेक करना चाहिए था। और जब इन्होंने चलाया भी है तो इन्होंने क्या नाम है प्रॉपरली उसको टेस्ट नहीं किया, इस वजह से उन्हें प्रॉब्लम फेस किए जिसकी वजह से इनका फेलियर हुआ है। थैंक यू।
जी मेरा ये ख्याल है कि इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, क्योंकि जो आजकल के हालात हैं, इकोनॉमी के हालात हैं, वो इंडिया इज़ नॉट केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग दैट, और इंडिया ये करेगा भी नहीं। और पाकिस्तानी जो फोर्सेस हैं वो करने भी नहीं देंगी, क्योंकि इट्स नॉट अ चाइल्ड्स प्ले कि आप किसी की जगह पे जाके कब्ज़ा कर लें। और उन्होंने ऑलरेडी एक दफ़ा ये करके देख लिया है, तो आई डोंट थिंक कि वो इस तरह की हमाकत करना चाहेंगे।
ये तो बिल्कुल एक कंट्रोवर्शियल बयान है और इसको हम रेजिस्ट करते हैं, प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे इसके अगेंस्ट। और अगर कोई ऐसा सिनेरियो तो जैसे उन्हें मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया, आगे भी इंशाल्लाह उन्हें मुंह तोड़ जवाब देंगे। अगर वो हमें तंग करेंगे तो हम उन्हें नहीं माफ़ करेंगे, इस चीज़ का उन्हें पूरा जवाब देंगे। और हमारी आर्मी भी काफ़ी प्रिपेयर्ड है, वेल प्रिपेयर्ड है, तो इंशाल्लाह ऐसा कोई उन्हें हम उनके अज़ाइम पूरे होने नहीं देंगे।
Welcome back. Tonight's developments tell a bigger story. India is escalating irresponsible, illegal war rhetoric. Its defense industry suffered a humiliating global setback. And Pakistan quietly but confidently is strengthening its military exports and international partnerships. In diplomacy, In defense markets and on the global stage, Pakistan's position is rising, and no amount of noise, propaganda, or aggressive rhetoric can change that reality. I'm Makhdoom Shahabuddin, and this was Trending Daily. Pakistan Zindabad.